Hi guys, welcome to the Great Apostate. So here you are, back in my van. I hope you don't mind. The settings of my channel have gotten worse, I'm going to be honest. But I'm so busy these days, it's hard to make a video when you've got nothing to do. And usually, you know, I'm juggling something or I'm doing dishes, and then I've just got to poke my head into a camera and try to make a video. So I'm going to make a video, and it's a personal video to me, and it's regarding the difficulties of protests. Hopefully, if you ever go to a protest, you'll never notice any difficulties. That's brilliant, and that's the way it should be. But inevitably, for anybody who's one of the organisers, there's hiccups and there's little hassles that just grind your gears. So I'm going to talk about that briefly now that the protest is over officially, and it doesn't you know, reflect badly on anything that's currently happening. So number one, who wants to be in charge? Well, for this massively high-paid job, of course everyone wants to be in charge. What's that you say? You don't get paid? What's that you say? It's just constant hassle for no reward? Oh, okay, right. That no one wants to do that job, and no one should. It's a hard job, but loads of people volunteer, which is always good because loads of people are always going to be good people. That said, it's a difficult job. Most people, 99% of people, will give you loads of credit, will give you loads of you know, leeway when you're doing it, but there's always one or two who want, and I don't mean this in a mean way, but it's going to sound mean, but who want to make it more about them. I have to do it my way. And as EXJWs, we're the opposite of JWs, and we're quite individualistic, and we say, oh well, okay, there's a protest, so my idea is just that I'm going to go along and do this thing, and that's going to be fine, and everyone will just accommodate me. And then the person gets there, and you say to them, listen, that's not only, you know, is that not the vibe we're trying to give out, but thanks, you're not allowed to do it. And then I have to look on YouTube comments and see that Neil thinks he's Jesus. Then I have to look on YouTube comments and say I'm orchestrating bullying campaigns because I might have gently poked fun at someone who went in fancy dress. Who, by the way, was treated with the utmost respect throughout by me and everyone else. And as far as I can tell, her only real criticism is that she wasn't allowed to put a giant plastic millstone on the outside of the barriers because flags were on the outside of the barriers. Well, no offense, but if you can't tell the reason why one thing is okay, flags tied to barriers that we are to stay behind at all times, and a giant millstone, then I can't help you. I can't. All I can tell you is that if you're doing a protest, be prepared that one or two people afterwards are going to think that you're an ass. It happened in Warwick. There were issues in Warwick where people, no one misbehaved on the actual protest days to the extent that, you know, there was a big issue. One person, if he's watching this, you know, I had to sort of politely discourage from wearing all the slightly odder clothes that he was wearing, simply because he looked a bit too much like a serial killer. But he was a nice dude and quite polite regardless, and he took the criticism well, and he adjusted, and that was fine. And I hope I would, if I went to a protest and someone said, hey Neil, you know, a bit less you please, okay, I'll stand in the background, you know. So there was that. There was one issue at Warwick with a guy, he was a bit of a dick in the evening. That was resolved quite handily. No issues like that in London, to my knowledge. So that was brilliant. I was very pleased with that, and it's something that I, as you know if you watch my channel, I made, let me push the phone up again. I made efforts to, you know, to work with, so that I could, you know, so that women knew that they could approach, that they could talk to us on the day if there was a problem. So that, I was very pleased with how that went. But all in all, if you're going to do protest, you're going to break some eggs. And no one wants to break eggs, and no one wants to be the broken egg. And I regret that if you feel that way. And if you feel that I insulted you, or in making a mild joke, then I apologise. If you feel that I'm orchestrating a bullying campaign, then you might have to reconsider where your own sort of levels of outrage lie, because I think personally you're over the top on that one. Okay, that's not what I did, and it's not the case. Okay, the other issue with Warwick, or sorry, with the London X sale, was in one particular person who felt that he had been shunned. Okay, I'm just telling you this because I like to be honest about things. So he felt he had been shunned. The reason he felt he'd been shunned is because he's an older dude, and I think, you know, to be fair, he didn't mean it, but I think he got into conversations with some of the ladies that were coming, and he just sounded a little bit less than wholesome. They weren't looking forward to meeting him, and they didn't want to meet him. And one of the gentlemen who came with them refused to shake his hand and said, "Listen, you've made these ladies uncomfortable. I don't want to have anything to do with you." He then took offence at this, not on the day, because once again, just like everyone else, other than that one person who refused to interact with him, everyone else treated him with perfect courtesy and respect, including me. But that's not enough. Now we go back to Facebook and YouTube, and every single person this guy contacts to say how he was treated like he was disfellowshipped. He was made to feel shunned. And again, you've got to get your levels here. You were not made to feel shunned. You brought a situation on yourself which was unfixable on the day. My first interaction with you in the past was you trying to resolve another situation that you had with another woman and asking me to do it for you. Does that give you a clue as that perhaps some of this is on you? It's not on me, that's for sure. And yet, once again, I'm the bad guy. Overall, Warwick was a brilliant success. Overall, XL bumped it up a notch. The London protest, more than double the attenders, more than double. In fact, it might have been exactly equal to double, but still a brilliant result. And I was very proud to be a part of it. Very, very proud to be worked with Jess and Chris and Louise, who was our general. So I was very pleased with that. But if you're going to organise your own protest, this is advice for organising your protest. Be polite, but try not to take any guff, because, you know, we ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, we can be a nutty lot. It's just a fact, and that's the way it is. So I hope this video gives you some insights into organising a protest. I had great fun. I met so many lovely people. I get more memories for a lifetime, eh? And I hope you did too. And if you didn't go to this one, I hope I see you at the barricades at the next one, waving our signs and laughing and chatting and talking about old times. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching The Great Apostate. More to come, much more to come from The Great Apostate. Take care.